Today is January 15th. We're in Proverbs chapter 15. So I hope that you've read that chapter. If not, go back and read it and then join us by watching this video and share with us something that God's taught you from today's reading. Proverbs 15, there's a lot of good Proverbs, a lot of good individual verses in there, like many of the previous chapters, but I want to kind of share three that kind of stuck out to me today. Verse 8 may be the biggest one that hit me. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is acceptable to him. It seems to me that it's saying that those who are sacrificing or working or trying to do things to please God, but really in their lives are not following him, that means nothing. The sacrifice, the work isn't what God is looking for. But on the flip side, just the prayer, the simple sitting and talking to God, not even all the labor, although God wants our labor, sure, but even just the prayer of the upright is pleasing and acceptable to God. It's not about how hard we work or what we do. It's about our relationship with Christ that he values. And of course, the work will come out of that. And there's plenty in Proverbs to talk about the value of hard work. But hard work apart from a relationship with God really doesn't mean much of anything. Verses 16 and 17 say, better is little with fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble with it. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fattened ox and hatred with it. In other words, it's better to have a meager life, a humble life, one that's full of love and one that's full of obedience to God, than it is to have a full and rich life and have hatred or disobedience with it. And I like specifically, it says, better is little with fear of the Lord than great treasure and the trouble that comes with that great treasure. Makes me think of Psalm, I think it's 84:10, says that it's better to be a servant at the house of the Lord than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. It's better to have a humble lifestyle, be serving God, than it is to have all the world offers and be apart from him. And then finally in verse 22, it says, without counsel plans fail, but with many advisors they succeed. Just a great proverb to remind us that God has put people in our lives to give us wise counsel to turn to. And so when you're afraid or discouraged or needing encouragement, there are people there to give you counsel and to help you make wise decisions.